Hi, how's it going? Welcome to TMM. Today we're going to be talking about the MMI. Now I'm going to be doing a big summary video, which is this one on all 5 of my videos. And having done 6 months of medicine, meeting a lot of the people that I was interviewed by, I've got a really good understanding now of what they're looking for in the interviews, probably even more than when I did my previous videos. So I'm going to just forget about the different types of questions for a second. Now, in every single thing we do in medicine, they're looking for tempered leadership. So they're looking for people who will come out with ideas, but also be willing to listen to others, consider, and then formulate opinions. That's basically what they're looking for. Now, in the MMI, it's very much like what they call an OSCE. So, objective structured clinical exam. You stand out the front of a door, you have to read a little exit, you walk in, and it's the first time that you meet an examiner. What they're looking for is, they're not expecting you to be overly confident, they're expecting you to be a little bit nervous, as is expected. It's a big deal. So you should walk in with an understated confidence. Walk in, be happy, say hi, how's it going, but don't be too like, you're not like a clown. You've got to present yourself in the way that you would if you're, I don't know, meeting a teacher or something like that. Something that's professional but still friendly. And they're also looking for a professional attitude throughout. So more than actually getting the exact details, for example, a video question, rather than you getting everything right, they're looking for you to try and be considerate and really think about what you're doing. So when you're in the video, think about things that they might want to know. So would they care about what the patient looked like? Would they care about their body language? Things that will come up in your practical skills of being able to deal with patients, they'll ask you about because it is important. To do with, I know this is an Australian thing, so when they talk about Aboriginals, but I guess it goes for rural, so country health in the US, or even policy and things like that. I'd definitely be careful with what you'd say. So I think in hindsight I probably did pretty badly, because the person who interviewed me gave us lots of lectures and I remembered her, and she's very learned. So she has a PhD in ethics and PhDs in Aboriginal health and things like that. And here's me saying that, I'd take a grant and go help a community, and it's great to say, but they probably know more about it than you could ever know. So they do have, the examiners are really specialized to those kind of questions. So I'd just say, well, look, I'd make, my best effort, things like that. I'd confer with people who have more knowledge about the situation than me. That's like a killer, because then you're almost complimenting them in a way without them knowing, because the interviewer would be the kind of person that you would go talk to, and they're like, oh yes, that's a good idea, you can come talk to me and we can organize something because I have a PhD, like that's the kind of thing they're looking for. You need to be considerate. If they ask you a question that you got no idea about, you've got to just be honest and say, well, look, I really don't know enough about this topic, but I'd definitely confer with some experts, read up on it before I do anything, but I think this might be a good idea. Things like that. So yeah, I've gone through this in the past, but be well groomed. So I don't know, it's like meeting your boyfriend's parents or your girlfriend's parents, something like that. Like, dress nice, but I would stand out a little bit. So I wore like a navy blue suit and a yellow shirt. Like, you gotta stand out a bit, because everyone, when you get there, it's sort of like the Matrix. Everyone looks like the same person. They're all black suits, white shirt, like black blue tie. All the girls are all black skirts, black tops, and like nice modest blouse and things. Like, just try and be different, but not like crazy different. Not like Brunswick or Venice Beach or whatever. You don't want to be like mental, but definitely try and be distinct. And just be clean. So shave like myself, do your hair, all that kind of stuff. It is important. Shake firmly, sit down, do your best, be considerate, be happy. And yeah, just don't be, I don't know, this is such an Australian, don't be too much of a tosser, or like a douche, because the more you try and fake that you're trying to be considerate, I'm a caring person, blah, 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 caring. These people are like really witty, they're funny, they're all smart. Majority of them are doctors or are somehow involved in the field, and they just want to have a sort of they want to have a nice back and forth between you, and it just needs to feel natural. So that's why I'm going to go back to what I said. Watch my videos, think about it a bit, but don't over prepare. If you're really like nerve stricken, then maybe think about changing up what you're doing and having a little bit prepared. But again, you've just got to be yourself, okay? If you get in, you get in. If you don't get in, then back to the drawing board, and you'll probably try again next year, or you can go work for a year. I mean, life isn't going to end. So just really try to do your best and just be comfortable, because that's what they're looking for. When we're in our case study groups, we get marked as well, and it's a really similar thing. You really have to just show that you're friendly and able to converse with people freely for it to work. Whereas if you're very uptight and don't say anything, not only do you lose marks, but you never actually get involved and you don't learn as well. So they're looking for people that will thrive in a group environment, but also be strong enough to hold their opinions and things like that. So just consider that when you're answering, because if they challenge you on things, what they're really asking is, if you're in a case study group and you know how something works, you're trying to explain it to everyone, and people are challenging you, will you stay true to it? I know I do, and there are times that I've been wrong in case study, and you have to be humble and just say, well, look, that's what I thought, guys, sorry I'm wrong. But there have also been times where I've explained it to everyone and everyone has said I was wrong, and I end up being right on a later lecture or things like that. So just really try to be yourself, and just take into consideration everything I've said. Show leadership, be considerate, and just be friendly, because that's really going to get you through at the end of the day, because all these people are really nice, witty people, and they just want to get on with you for a while. So yeah, I hope you've done well. All the best for your interviews, guys. Feel free to email me, subscribe, like, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye.